Good evening. Welcome back to Hadassah's Discernment. This year, 2026, we are walking ourselves out of financial debt. We're going to look at our own lives, those financial strengths that we have. We look at our mothers, their strength in financial management. The same with our fathers and our maternal grandparents and our paternal grandparents. And that will be 7 points that we will put together as a connection. And we will look at all seven of these areas where we, as the integral part, our parents and grandparents, and we're going to look at those attitudes and habits that we have observed with our about our parents and grandparents, and we're taking those the good part, the good things that we observed, their strength, and we are going to embody that and adapt that to walk ourselves out of financial debt. So, the first three things that we will do each month, beginning this month, January 2026, we will freeze spending of clothing, shoes, entertainment, extra lunches, and all those extra money that we will spend. We will put a freeze on those. Then we are going to have all our liabilities come out of our accounts one day, preferably the day after our salaries, so that if we have 200 pounds left in our account, we know that is 200 pounds we have for the month of January. If we have 600, we know we have 600 pounds. So when we do that, we're going to take 5% out of that, because remember, we're not buying any new trousers, we're not buying any new tops. We are frozen those things. We are freeze spending. So we'll be taking 10% of those things, or that whatever is left, and we're going to put that away on our accounts. We're not going to trouble that money. And then the other 10%, we are going to commit ourselves for it to take us as far as possible, depending on what we have left. That's the first thing. The second thing is we are going to look at, because we have free spending, we're going to now look at the things that we have, the extra trousers, the extra appliances, or whatever. Are we going to separate them into three categories? One, the category of need; two, the category of want; and three, the category of giving, because giving will be an integral part of walking ourselves out of financial debt. So, those things that we need, we will keep. The things that we want, we can negotiate if we're going to keep them or not, because we are also at the same time decluttering our mind and our spaces. And then the third category, the things that we can give. We're not giving away the 10% that we're saving. We're giving away these extra stuff that we have accumulated by putting ourselves into debt. We don't need them, but we have them. We're giving them away. So, first thing, we're freezing spending of all unnecessary things like buying extra clothing, um, stop extra those entertainment. We're going to freeze that, and we're going to freeze the extra snacks and all these things that we will do. And that we have all our liabilities. If it's credit card bills, mortgage, home insurance. Here in the UK, we have council tax. And if you're going to, you have your car, whatever, you may have your car insurance, your car installment, all whatever you have, we're going to have them come out at the same time each month, preferably soon after, a day after you get your salary. So you have an idea what you have left for the rest of the month. Then we're going to take out of what is left 10%. We're going to sacrifice 10% and we're putting that up for the first 3 months. We're going to do that. Then at the end of those 3 months, we're going to do an analysis and see where we have come, how far we have come, because our aim is walking ourselves out of financial debt in 2026. So after freezing, after decluttering, then we are going to put in our journal whatever we have. What at what time of the year we are aiming to pay off, either it is our credit card, it is um, some loan that we have taken from the bank. We have to have an objective, else we will be, what the saying is, boxing into the ear. We have to have an objective. That thing that causes us to have to work extra hours, that takes half or more than our salaries per month. What is that? We have to have an objective, okay, that we are aiming at. So the aim is we are walking ourselves out of financial debt in this year 2026. We look at our strengths with finances, our parents and our grandparents. We're going to use those 7 points and we're going to apply them in three aspects: freezing of spending, unnecessary spending, decluttering, and at the same time, we are giving, because giving is an integral part of walking ourselves out of debt, financial debt. And then the other thing, we are going to have an objective. What is it that we want to achieve? Do I want to pay half of my um, interest in my student loan that has been built up for so many years? Do I want to clear half of the credit that I've accumulated over these years unnecessarily? Put it down in writing. That is what we are going to do for the next 3 months. Then at the end of March, we are going to look back and see how far we have come. What are the gains? What are the ups and the downs? Because we may have to use because of an emergency, or we would have already made commitments last year. We have a wedding to attend, we have another function, so it may call for finances on a monthly basis because we have already made those decisions. It doesn't matter. Put that as a part of your liability at the end of when all of your liabilities are paid. Your liabilities are paid. We are going to use what we have left and take that 10%, and then we'll manage with the rest because that is what we have. We are not going to waste food. We're going to try the food that we have, those that we waste, we're going to try not to waste. Have it stretch. We're not going to starve ourselves, but instead of wasting 2 chicken legs a day, we're going to eat those 2 chicken legs. We're going to cook less instead of wasting, so that we have the chicken legs last us for 1 week instead of 5 days. And that is how we are going to make those incremental steps towards walking ourselves out of financial death. So I'll see you again later this week as we continue. And before I go, I would like to read from Proverbs. Proverbs 21:5. And it says, the thoughts of the diligent tend only to plenteous, but everyone that is hasty only to want. It means that when we think and our thoughts are diligent, we have a plan in how we are going to spend our money monthly. That will lead us to plenteous because we planned for it. But when we do not, when we spend it hastily, we put ourselves in financial debt. And this is coming from the Word of God. Thank you. See you back here next week.